Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go in Week 11. On the return, here's Palmer. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Algier. And he gets him around 6 there. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They'll run here following the penalty. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop. It's going to be 2 on the pickup, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 13.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Now a handoff to Algier. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Real quick, ready?
Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Jackson off the play action. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board, and the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Trying again, following the set. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Escapes the pocket. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
2nd and 10 now. He's got Khalil Shakir. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Third and just 2 to go. Here's a throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On the jump. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They give it to him again. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Let's go. 19 Lions.
Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. He was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Let's go now. Take go.
Here's 2nd and 14. Complete to Shakir. And they make the tackle at the 38.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches.
Come on. Set. Cowboy 80.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Completed to Collins. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Set. Ready.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
We're at the end of one in a defensive showdown that has lived up to its billing thus far. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this.
Ready, set,
Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Texans with a chance to score.
go! Ready.
Running for the marker on second. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go, set. Set.
Another carry for him. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Bertolet able to knock it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
This return starts at the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stops. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Algier running behind center. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Looking to throw, Jackson. Completed over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's Algier on first down. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Algier with another carry. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, Nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
First and 10 from the 41. They go again with Algier. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Changing it up here. Jackson finds him over the middle. He's got to gain a 6 there. Christian Harris on the stop. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Pistol snap to Jackson. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And now a 4th down, staring right at him. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They go play action here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run here on 1st down. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go. Hut, hut.
He'll look to throw. Hits his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
79 Broncos. Set.
Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half.
Got it. Ready?
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
60. Ready? 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Check go.
Setting up a throw. Schultz with the catch. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Hut.
Option give here. And he'll go down here at the 16. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. The Texans at a disadvantage on the scoreboard. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's go now.
From the 16. Chased out to his right. And he's tackled for no gain.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
On the set.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Caught near the goal line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get some late points and the lead. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Texans take a 4-point lead. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Now here's Lamar. Gets this one to Tyler Algier. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. The screen pass falls incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Lamar now from the gun. Finding Flowers. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
And again, it's Jackson. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Lamar throwing again. Lays out left side and gets it. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Ready?
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Ready?
Jackson yet again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Texans bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's got time here. And he sails that one over the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're staring at 4th and long. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range. He's delivering.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. He put everything he had into this one. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Ready, go!
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Go!
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Getting out to his left. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Here we go, set! Set, go!
Option design here. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball at the 33 for first down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Back to the well again. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Set, ready! Ready, ready!
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Complete to Dell. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. TJ Tampa there on the tackle.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Throw on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Here we go.
Lone back gets the handoff. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Set. Ready.
Back-to-back carries here. And he pushes it further into the red zone, down inside the 15. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on third down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
Hey. Go.
Third down from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Will Lutz on to attempt the field goal. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Fielded at the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
Forward.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Nice run.
Here's Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think. How many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. And that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Jackson now on 3rd. Got a man, it's Thomas. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
A give to Algier on the inside handoff. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff for Algier. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
1st and 10 from the 41. Play fake, Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they bring him down around the 34.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He has the first over the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Completed here to Algier. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. A give here to Algier. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, they go with Algier. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
And he doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. He'll get 3, but much work left for him on 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Changing it up here, Jackson. Setting up the running back screen. Touchdown, Baltimore! So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens push their lead to 3. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Running it now out of the gun. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Let's go now. Check go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Set. 18, Pioneer.
From the gun on third down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They're trying an option play left side on first down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Ready. Panther 11, Panther up top low 18. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 11. Hits his running back. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Dell with the grab. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here we go, set. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler.
They kick the running back in motion. And he can't reel it in. Incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Stephanie. Go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll turn this into a solid gain down to the 14. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Shut up. Go, Reed. Go.
Looking to throw. Schultz with the catch. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now here's Lamar. Complete out to the right side. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lamar now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
The Texans going with a dime set here. We've got 6 DBs for third down. Back to throw it. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Hunter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. Picked up at the 38. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Check go.
Handoff now from the gun. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Okay,
2nd and 6 coming up here.
go trap, go trap.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they bring him down around the 34. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space, like a chess master, seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone could finally get to him.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
Another carry for him. Still has room inside the 15. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Ready?
And he's brought down for a loss. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
They give it to him again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. An entire game coming down to the leg of Will Lutz. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. Pretty easy kick here, Brock, just 22 yards. The kick is good, he got it! And they've taken back the lead. So it's the Texans who defend their building and take the win. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end. but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.